Hi, I'm Kevin Na, captain of Ironheads GC. Welcome to my LIV lesson.
That's a crowd pleaser.
In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to wedge it close. If you're not a good driver of the ball and you're in trouble and you know that you pitch it out and advance the ball to somewhere within your wedge, 100 to 130 yards, and you can hit it somewhat close and have a chance for a look for a par, and the worst you can make is bogey, you can save a lot of shots. I think for an amateur to reduce their score and lower their score, and the best way to do it is around the greens and the closer you get to the green. Driver is a long fix. It takes a long time and it's not easy for amateurs. But I think wedge game, you can improve it pretty quickly and get good at it, and that's the direct correlation to score. I feel like as I get closer to green, my game gets stronger, and that's why I wanted to show how I do it.
Right here, I'm going to show you how to hit a wedge shot. We're about 135 yards out. That's about a normal pitching wedge for me. I'm a pretty good short iron player. I feel like every time I get a pitching wedge in my hand that I got to hit it close and capitalize. What I like to do is a little bit of hooded face, back in the stance, and shorter swing, abbreviated follow through. And I kind of trap it, and that way you can keep the ball flight down with the short irons, control the spin, control the ball flight, and get it close to the hole. I play a little draw, so I aim up a little bit to the right of the pin, back in the stance, hand forward. Stay down, trap it. Turning nicely. Oh, go in. Oh! Yes, well, I see what most amateurs try to do is they try to help it up in the air. You don't really need to do that with a short iron. You got plenty of loft. Just got to trap it nicely. Back in the stance, a little hooded face, and trap it. Down a little bit. Oh, I just hit the flag stick. I just hit the flag stick, didn't I? Now it's off the green. It's a hard shot right now. And that thing's gonna hit and go over too. I've always been a pretty good wedge player, and I think the reason why is because I've always made my swing, I was pretty good at 3/4 shots. And I don't think there's a necessary to swing big on these wedges, because the more you swing bigger, I mean, you're not trying to hit your irons far. You just want to control. And to have better club face control, the tighter your swing is, the better your club face control is going to be.
Obviously, you have the certain pins. For me, a right pin, right to left wind is difficult because I draw the ball. But with the pitching wedge, it's gonna stop pretty quickly, so I can start it outside the green and bring it back. But it can be scary. Let's say if there's water or bunker that's very, very difficult to get up and down. You wanna, 10, 15 feet left is an okay shot. So let's say you have a 135 shot, okay? That's your pitching wedge, solid. But if it's 125 and the pin's up front, I wouldn't really, as an amateur, try to take much off of it, because 30 feet behind the hole, or just ever so slightly smooth, 25 feet behind the hole is not a bad shot for an amateur. So I think people they think too much about, oh, I have to take a little off it, I have to hit a little hard. That level is for tour players, not for amateurs.
The people that don't have good contact, obviously thin and chunks, even pros do it sometimes too, is I usually choke up on these wedges just ever so slightly, and back in the stance where it helps me trap and hit ball first. And the key to this also is having a little bit of the forward lean and trying to keep the handle forward at all times, which helps you hit down on the ball. And because the ball's back in your stance, you're gonna catch ball first. It's hard to really fat it, and when you have the handle forward when the ball's back in your stance. I'm kind of getting the hang of this shot. I'm trying to hit it straight, but my shot is normally a little draw. And obviously right now, it's a right to left wind helping from the right, and the slope on the green goes right to left as well. So I have to aim this, 5-6 paces right of the pin. You just got to know your shot, right? That's going to come in nicely there. And it should bounce left. I take that every time. I think, guys, people get nervous. There's nothing wrong with taking a deep breath before you go in. People that are nervous with wedges, they get tight and they tense up and they'll blade it. Just a nice deep breath before you walk into the shot. What I'll do is I'll go back. I always take a deep breath in a tournament. It's like, you let it all out and you slowly walk in. And you do everything slow. You look at the target slow, waggle slow, good tempo, boom. That's a good one.
Oh, this is Vegas. Yeah. Oh, this was, yeah, number 10. I almost hold it. I mean, you can see my abbreviated follow through. And most of the time with my wedge shot, I never have a full finish follow through. It's always kind of abbreviated. And that's what I like to do. And I just showed that, you know, when I was explaining how I hit my wedge shots. And I bet you it's not a full swing. Yeah, little short back. Yeah, it wasn't quite full. That was Houston, number 1. I made that putt too. Greens were slightly on the firm side, obviously, but where that hole was pretty flat. It wasn't running away from me. I mean, obviously, it was slightly back pin, so I'm not trying to go too long. All I'm trying to do is have a nice flight on it, back in the stands, trapped a little bit, little 3/4 firm through the impact. I don't think people understand the importance of finding the correct wedge for you. People get fitted for a driver, they go look at their swing speed and look at their launch angle and all that, but they don't really try all different kinds of grind and all different kinds of lofts. And you gotta find what works for you. And you know, I'm a really good chipper, but I can take somebody's wedge and I'll chip terrible because the sole on it is not the right sole for me. In my opinion, I think the average amateur has too much bounce under 60 degrees, and I honestly don't think they should even play a 60 degree. I think it should be maxed out at 58. The 60 degree wedge can be quite difficult to control, and I think a 58 degree wedge is plenty. We have all the technology to tell us how much shorter it goes. I mean, that's why we have that, you know, 4-side TrackMan, whatever you want to use, and it'll tell you exactly how far you're hitting it that week. And that's what I do. I usually, you know, every Wednesday or Thursday, the tournament side I go to, I use a 4-side and I'll put it on and I'll see how my ball goes and the temperature or the altitude we're at. And we'll write in our note, pitching wedge goes, this week it's going 137 because it's warmer. You know, obviously in the cold, it might be, all right, your pitching wedge is only going, you know, 126 this week because it's so cold. Obviously, the ball you play has a lot to do with spin, but everybody plays a pretty good ball now. All the balls are pretty good. Number one thing is it's about contact. You have to swing actually a little bit harder. You have to hit down on it. Make sure you take a divot, and it's all about contact. Now, if you see me how I hit my wedges close, try to take what I did and see if it works for you.